sanction, war, attack on Iran. Every single day you hear about that. But how many times you hear about political prisoners in Iran, about people like that on that picture, that they are very young as 18 or even younger than that they are in prison and awaiting execution. You never hear from them. Why? Because the governments are European countries, they don't really care about them. All they care, it's about their interest. What we're saying, we don't want war on Iran. We don't want attack on Iran. Look at what happened to Iran. People of Iran are quite capable of overthrowing the Islamic regime of Iran. We want all the government, all the people in the world to support people in Iran, to isolate actually the Iranian regime from all the international community, to shut down the Iranian embassies. I'm asking you, while after 33 years, people in Iran are under attack, they've been in prison, tortured, raped, for just asking for their basic right. Why they still, the regime have their embassies open all around the world? Why Ahmadinejad still is allowed to come outside of Iran to attend the General Assembly of UN? This is our duty, no matter where you are from. You might think it's none of your business because that's people in Iran, but no. Any insult to humanity is insult to everyone. If they stone a woman to death in Iran, if they executed a young person like that, that could have been your brother, your son, if you were born in Iran.
This is just to psych us up for making war on Iran.
Humanity had no borders. There are thousands of people in prison. I was in prison when I was 16 years old and being tortured just basically because I was in student movement. I was saying that no insult to women. We don't want Islamic laws. That's the only reason. Spending 3.5 years in prison just for that. Just imagine for 1 second. Having your friend executed in the age of 13 and 14. Isn't that insult to humanity everywhere? I mean, just imagine if you turn on the TV and you hear that it's your family member actually in prison. And that's the way the family of political prisoners have it every single day. We have political prisoners that they don't have no news whatsoever. Their family haven't heard from them for 3 years. And their kids don't know when they're gonna see them. So that's why I'm asking you to support us. We can't have the support of the government. They don't care, simply don't care. They don't care about us here in the UK when they have the cutback, do they? No. So they don't care about no one whatsoever. As I said, go look at BBC, Guardian, Independent, whatever media you want to look at it, CNN, any of them. They don't talk about the crime against humanity that's been going on for 33 years. Look at Syria. The regime is killing people every single day. And yet, funny enough, they have to send the Arab League to make sure the killing is legitimate. This is a joke. This is a nonsense. And I think no one should take that. I think what we had here, the Occupy London, that many of you probably know about it, what they call it 99% movement. It's not the same as here. It's the movement partly in Iran, workers, people who are fighting for their right, for the life worthy of a human being, for the Occupy Wall Street, the revolution in Egypt, revolution in Syria, in Libya, they're all one movement. One movement for freedom, one movement that's saying that we have the right to live like a human being. You have no one. And now look at the US, look at the European government. They try to say that people in Iran are not capable of that. We're going to attack Iran. But we say no to US military and other countries, no to the Iranian regime. Bear in mind, we can't just defend the US or Iranian regime. Both of them are as bad. Both of them are terrorists. We're for people. I'm saying, if you're supporting people in Iran, send a letter to your MPs. Go to their website and go to writetothem.com. As easy as that. Find your local MP, find your local European MP, and go and write to them to isolate Iran from the International Labour Organization, from the United Nations, to close all their embassies all around the world. This is possible, people. This is possible to say that isolate Iran until the regime is overthrown in Iran. Look what happened to South Africa, to the apartheid. That's what happened at the time. They boycotted them. They isolated them. That's what we needed to do. And remember, defending people's rights, no matter where, it defends your right. This is a principle of human rights. Look at those pictures on there. There are many of them. These are just few of them. Workers, all they want, their wages that they haven't been paid for 7 months. Young people, all they want is to go out just like me and you. If I go out like this, I would be guaranteed arrested and be killed in prison. All they want, family of political prisoners, all they want to go, when they go to Evin prison, the most notorious prison in Iran, when they go there, they want to say, I want to see my kids. But after 7 months, no news whatsoever. Imagine being a mom, sitting by the phone just to hear your loved one. The loved one that you could never imagine to have it apart from you for even 1 second. This is a crime against humanity just happening now as I'm talking to you. There are thousands of political prisoners who are under torture, humiliation, rape. Young kids as 12 years old. Can you imagine? Huge movement. It's actually going on for 33 years. This is admirable, despite the fact that the regime has been killing people every single day. I mean it, every single day. Every single day in prison, torture them in the worst way possible you can imagine. Probably you've seen it in horrible movies and all this stuff. That's happening now, and the only people that can stop it is you, every single of you. You might think, well, if I sign it, do I make any changes? Yes, you do. In fact, do you remember Sakina Ashtiani, the woman that years ago they wanted, 2 years ago, just really wanted to execute her, and still she is in prison. The only thing that actually stopped them from putting her in stoning was your signature, your support, having you in demonstration and echoing their voices. That was the only thing. So yes, it was. Those pictures that you see, some of them, if it wasn't for all these protests, if it wasn't for every single signature and voices that you expressed it, they would have been executed long time ago.
We don't want no government to attack Iran. People are quite capable. People in Iran are quite capable of overthrowing the Islamic regime. We want you to support us, to demand that the Islamic regime must be isolated all around the world, in all international communities, and their offices and embassies must be closed. To support people in Iran, you need to support their fight and struggle against the Islamic regime of Iran.
So we say no to war, no to attack on Iran, no to economical sanctions, but yes to overthrowing the Islamic regime, yes to isolating the Iranian regime, and that's what we need to do.